Remember Marcus Einfeld, who came unstuck before the courts? There was a High Court case back in 1998, Peters versus R, who he was appealing a conviction for conspiracy to defraud the Commonwealth in relation to taxation matters. And the question was whether a lawyer could be acting dishonestly if he honestly believed that in setting up false mortgages and sham transactions for his client, he wasn't acting dishonestly. The court, in fact, held that he was acting dishonestly, but there was a member of the court who expressed some concerns about that finding. Do you recall the matter at all?
I remember it, but without notice, I haven't studied it.
Okay.
You know, I saw an avalanche of cases in the High Court.
Okay.
I don't remember the detail. And I don't think it's appropriate, really, to get too much into a particular case.
Well, it's a question of changing attitudes. Now, is it possible that at some time in the future that it will depend on whether an accused thinks that what he did was dishonest, or should it be the community standards to determine whether what someone does is regarded as dishonest?
Well, as you know, in the criminal law, normally you have to have two elements. You have to have the objective facts of the reus actus, and you also have to have the mens rea. You have to have an intent on the part of the accused,
Sure.
not on behalf of the lawyer, but on behalf of the accused. Maybe in some cases, activities of the lawyer, Mr. Trump might find this, will redound onto the client. But normally you have to have that, and I think that's an important thing. We've got to be very careful in dealing with particular problems or particular cases. We don't throw out really important and time-honoured principles which have been defensive of the fact that in our system it's an accusatory system, it's not an adversarial system. The opposition, the prosecution, the Crown has to prove it against you. You don't have to prove normally that you are innocent and that you didn't have an intent. It's a matter of the obligation of the prosecution. But you're right to put your finger on the fact that in every nook and cranny of the law there can be issues relevant to the issues of diversity and different opinions. And for lawyers, you mentioned lawyers and their deficits. Professor Jack Goldring did very important research in the 1990s and early 20s and 2000s on who are law students. And that showed that overwhelmingly law students come from wealthier parents, from leafy suburbs, from private schools, and are conservative in their outlook and politically conservative. And many of them, some of them, grow out of that, but it is a fact. And values in, values out. And law is not just an ordinary job. Law is a job that delivers people into politics, into administration, and into the judiciary. And they are all decision-making areas.